What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Taco. Welcome to Something to Talk About. This is where I talk about Song, Vice, and Fire characters, pretty much. And I got other stuff on the channel. Go check it out. Click like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Yeah. All right. I'm talking about Paxter Redwyne today. If you've never been here before, I do these in one big long take, and yeah, I don't edit. So I just like having this feel like I'm sitting right next to you, ranting at you. That is actually what I do. If you were right next to me, I'd be like, "Want to hear about Paxter Redwyne?" Blah blah blah. So it's just like that. All right, let's get into it. So this is Paxter Redwyne, a character from the Reach. This is fun. Second of my new color week. So I've covered Baelor Blacktie that came out on Tuesday. Is Tuesday that way? I think Tuesday. And then today is Saturday. Yeah. So this is going to be a lot longer. So I shouldn't jibber jabber any longer because this might be kind of a long episode. So yeah, Paxter Redwyne, the Lord of the Arbor. All right, Lord of the Arbor. Paxter Redwyne is the Lord of the Arbor and head of House Redwyne. He is married to his cousin, Mina Tyrell, the sister of his liege lord, Mace Tyrell, and thus twice a nephew of Queen of Thorns. So his aunt is his aunt on both sides, Olenna Redwyne. Paxter and Mina have two sons, Sir Horace and Hobber, or also known as Sir Horror and Slobber, and a daughter named Desmira. You know, the Targaryens are more famous for being crazy inbred, but like the other houses are pretty, like a lot of their family trees are more circles. This one kind of is. Yeah. All right. Cool. I just want to get that out. Like the Lannisters, a lot of cousin marrying over there going on, and a lot of cousin marrying over here going on too. All right. Paxter commands the Redwyne fleet from his Gallia, the Ardor Queen. That's the name of his ship. The Ardor Queen. It's a cool name for a ship. All right. Paxter is stooped of shoulder, thin and balding with only a few orange tufts of hair. That's right. A bald ginger. Let's go. That's right. He's ginger with ginger twins. The scariest of them all. Yeah. Horror and Slobber are ginger twins. The scariest of all the twins. I'm kidding. This is like the second time when I've just like dunked on gingers, like Red Erotic did too. Gingers are beautiful. They're kissed by fire. Yeah, I know. I'm just messing around. I'm a weird looking guy too, right? I'm not saying I'm not. Whatever. Here we go. House Redwyne. House Redwyne of the Arbor is one of the main noble houses sworn to Highgarden. Their seat is the Arbor. Weird. An island located off the southwesternmost part of Westeros, known for making the best wines in Westeros. Oh, cool. The Redwynes control the Redwyne fleet, the largest fleet in Westeros, containing 200 warships, 5 times that many merchant carracks, wine cogs, trading galleries, and whalers. They got a big old fleet. Yep. All right. The sigil of the Redwyne's house is a burgundy grape cluster on blue, symbolizing the famed wines of the Arbor. So yeah, they sell a lot of alcohol and make a lot of ships. Cool. Also, it's my second ship captain in a row because I just did Baelor Blacktie. Now I'm doing Paxter Redwyne. So not only are their names kind of the same, but they both are ship captains. Okay. Robert's Rebellion. You guys remember that? Following it, so now we're actually getting into learning about good old Paxy. What's short for Paxter? Do they just call him Pax? Hey, Pax! That works. All right. Cool. Solved. Following his liege lord, Mace Tyrell, Paxter remained loyal to the Targaryens during Robert's Rebellion. During a year-long siege of Storm's End, the Redwyne fleet blockaded Shipbreaker Bay to prevent Stannis from being resupplied by sea. Well, that failed. Paxter and Mace feasted outside of Storm's End while the Baratheon garrison starved. That's like such a weird psychological siege. Like, are you guys gonna like mess with them and try to get over the walls? It's like, no, we're just gonna let them like eat shoes or whatever people do during sieges, and we're just gonna eat. Oof, that's my cat. It's okay. All right. Where was I? So, yeah, they just feasted as they starved. So the siege was nearly successful, but Storm's End was resupplied when smuggler Davos slipped through the Redwyne blockade with enough onions to get a knighthood. Yeah. So Davos is like, hey, I got onions. I can get through there. I can smuggle in onions. Got a knighthood. Lost my knuckles. Cool. I love Davos. I can't cover Davos because he's too big of a character. I might cover Davin Lannister, his son. Maybe. If you want me to cover Davin Lannister, let me know in the comments. All right, cool. So, so he was an integral part of the siege of Storm's End during Robert's Rebellion. So what happened later on? So following the defeat of the Targaryens through the Battle of the Trident and sack of King's Landing, Paxter swore fealty to new King Robert Baratheon when Neddard, good old Neddy Ned, good old dead Ned Stark arrived to break the siege. So Battle of the Trident happened. Loyal forces were broken down. Soon to be King Robert, has to hang back a little. Ned Stark heads to King's Landing. The Lannisters hit up King's Landing first. Sack it. It's horrible. Ned shows up like 30 minutes later and sees a bunch of horrible stuff. And then Robert becomes king. And then he's like, cool, go down and get me Storm's End now. And Ned goes down. He just shows up and they like just drop their turkey legs. And they're like, all right, well, what's up? They don't even care. So, yeah, that's what he did during Robert's Rebellion. So Paxter Redwyne's got a lot of history to him. And he's got a pretty ship. Look at that. During Greyjoy's Rebellion, Paxter presumably commanded the warships for the Arbor, which supported Stannis, the master of ships, in the sea battle off Fair Isle. So, yeah, it's a big old important battle during the Greyjoy Rebellion. Sir Stafford Lannister has been negotiating to betroth his son Davin. I covered Davin Lannister. Check it out. One of my best episodes. For real. Check it. All right. Davin to Desmira Redwyne, although an agreement has not yet been reached with her father, Paxter. So they're working on it, and it doesn't end up happening because Davin ends up being betrothed to a random Frey girl. Yep. Let's learn about his sons, right? So the twin hostages. You got Hobber and Horus, right? So you got Hor and Slobber. That's them. That's his twins. All right. Lots of twins. Should I do like a top 10 twins? I mean, it would have to go to Jaime and Cersei. But Eric and Arik are pretty cool twins too. And so are Hor and Slobber, just because they're terrifying ginger twins. I'm kidding. With Horus and Hobber held hostage by Queen Cersei Lannister, Lord Paxter is the only Tyrell bannerman that does not declare for Renly Baratheon for fear of his sons' lives. However, following Renly's death, Lord Peter Baelish, Peter Davidson, suggests that they send Hobber to Paxter as a gesture of goodwill. Peter believes Paxter will not want Stannis Baratheon on the Iron Throne, considering Paxter besieged him at Storm's End during the War of the Usurper. Yeah, no crap. Paxter participates in the Battle of the Blackwater when House Tyrell joins with House Lannister to squash Stannis' army. So, yeah, my cat's just screaming in the background. I'm sorry about that. Ted, calm down. All right. This is why I should edit. Anyways, let's get to the next one. So, Small Council and Trial. All right, that was me shutting my door. You should edit. Paxter serves on the small council as an advisor for King Joffrey. At Joffrey's royal wedding, Paxter gives him a scale model of a ship being built in the Arbor that will be named King Joffrey's Valor. Okay, here's a cool model boat. Sweet. Following Joffrey's assassination, Paxter is called as a witness for the prosecution of the trial. Tyrion Lannister. He tells of how he heard Tyrion threaten the king. Tyrion Lannister, yeah. Yeah, he probably did. He probably did hear that. Tyrion did threaten him a lot. He wasn't lying. So far, I don't think Paxter's that bad of a guy. I'm just saying. I think he's a cool cat so far. All right. Siege of Dragonstone. After the death of Tywin Lannister, Cersei removes Paxter from the small council. Remember, he was just an advisor. He wasn't the master of ships. So you're just an advisor at this point. Though she was advised to make Paxter master of ships, she thinks he would be loyal to the Tyrells, and she hates the Tyrells. So she makes Urain Waters master of ships instead. Whoops! That was a little mess up there. All right. Paxter attends the wedding of King Tommen and Marjorie. Later, he is sent to command Tommen's forces at the Siege of Dragonstone, where he intends to take the castle bloodlessly. By either starving out the defenders or creating a breach in the walls through mining, forcing the defenders to surrender and reducing Stannis' last stronghold in the south. Queen Cersei later sends Loras Tyrell to the Kingsguard to take command, who leads a reckless storming of the stronghold to free up the Redwyne fleet to fight the Ironborn in the Reach. Yeah. Whoa, what all did I just say? All right, so Euron's like messing with Old Town and attacking the Shield Isles and stuff, so they need the fleet. So they're like, but we're at Dragonstone. And then Loras Tyrell's like, I'll go there and I'll break the siege. And she's like, do it. And he does. Maybe. That's there's some stuff there. But anyways, now the Redwyne fleet's no longer besieging Dragonstone, so they can go. Here it goes. All right. Master of ships and heading to war. After the arrest of Queen Cersei by the High Sparrow. Whoa. Urain Waters leaves. By the way, I covered Urain Waters. Go check it out. Yeah. All right. Urain Waters leaves with his new ships, most likely to be a pirate in the Stepstones. What a jerk. This guy's a real jerk. Lord Paxter is given a seat at the small council and made a master of ships. And a Lord Admiral by Sir Kevin Lannister. So, the new Lord Regent. So, after Cersei gets locked up, Kevin starts taking over everything. And he does a really good job. So good that he has to get murdered by Varys. Spoilers. That's like the last thing we saw in any of the books. So, if you haven't read all the books, spoilers. You're supposed to say that before. Well, I should have. Okay. But yeah, so Kevin Lannister takes over, does a pretty decent job, and he's like, hey, Paxter, go do your thing. You're master of ships now. Cool, thanks. Yes, where was I? Paxter and his Redwyne fleet are last reported passing Dorne during their voyage back to the Arbor, headed to good old Euron Greyjoy. So, yeah, we might see a fight between their fleet and Euron Greyjoy next book. Or maybe we won't. All right, so there's quite a lot to unpack when it comes to theories. That's where we're at right now for the book. So then we're going to cover some theories and predictions. There's a lot to unpack here, so yeah, bear with me. All right, friends in the Reach. Could the Redwynes be supporting Aegon in the Golden Company? I haven't even discussed Aegon and the Golden Company, but you guys know Aegon and John Connington, good old Johnny Con, just crossed over. They took Griffin's Roost. Most likely already took Storm's End. Almost called Storm's Landing there. So I'll get to that. So could Paxter Redwyne actually be in league with John Con? Let's discuss. During a meeting with the Golden Company, they speak of, quote, friends in the Reach in Illyrio's house. So that's one reason why they say we have friends in the Reach. And we're not sure who friends in the Reach are. So in Illyrio's house, who's part of the conspiracy to put Aegon on the throne, Tyrion drinks a cask of strong wine marked as private stock of Lord Redwyne. So Illyrio has wine that was from like a personal cask of wine. Maybe that doesn't mean anything. Maybe they just strap that on some and they're like, this is from the Redwyne Lord's personal shelf. And they're like, oh, we'll buy that. That costs more. Like they do now, Oh, this is from that one barrel of whiskey that no one gets. This is the choice barrel. Maybe that's what this cask of wine is. But yeah, let's keep going. So maybe Paxter and Illyrio have a relationship. This could mean that Paxter isn't headed to the Reach, but really staying in Storm's End. This is some tinfoil stuff, and just because I'm saying maybe, just because I'm talking about it doesn't mean I subscribe to it. I don't really subscribe to any future stuff. I just want to read the next book. But yeah, so maybe they're saying maybe Paxter gave like whoever Rutherford, what did I say his name was? Rusiford, whoever Rusiford Redwyne was, his dad or granddad or whatever, gave him, this is from my granddad's personal cask. Let's talk. Or maybe Illyrio just bought it, right? It's not illegal to sell your wine, but it's good. So yeah, so maybe he is at Storm's End. Also, maybe Uraine Waters lied, and Loras is with them in Storm's End. Wow, that's all tinfoil stuff. But since Paxter and Mace supported the Targaryens before, maybe they will again. With Kevin and Pycelle dead, spoilers, in King's Landing, that leaves Mace to take over the capital. So Pycelle's always been a Lannister man, and maybe getting rid of Kevin and him frees up the Reach to kind of take over King's Landing and then put Aegon the Fourth in, or Aegon the Sixth in. Maybe. Possibly. This is all crazy tinfoil stuff. And again, I'm not saying I believe any of it. This is what just a lot of theories going around. I just look up a lot of theories and I just kind of compile them and throw them at you guys. So this is one stuff that people are thinking about with the future of Paxter. Maybe he's just sailing down to fight Euron Greyjoy. That also sounds great because we get to see like kind of another fight between those two fleets, like what happened during the Greyjoy Rebellion, but this time it's flipped. Somebody's landing a plane in my driveway. All right, we have cats, we have planes. All right, that's it. I might as well end it now if somebody's driving a plane in my driveway. So thank you guys for watching. Please click like and subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know who you want me to cover next, as long as they're not too big of a character, made it into a show or anything like that, or a POV character. And if they made it into a show, I might still kind of cover them, maybe. Depends on how big they were in the show. But, all right. Thank you guys 100%. And, yeah, let's go get some wine.